Yo, I'm Bob, and I'm into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I'm gonna be unboxing the Shredder here from BST AXN. That should be how you pronounce it. BST AXN. Loyal subjects made this guy, and he's around 5 inches, I think, or over 5 inches. Um, So the one I had back in the early '90s was, of course, unbeknownst to me, the topless Shredder. He didn't have he didn't have a shirt, or he just had his cape, his pants, his helmet, his cutting armor, his blades, and that's about it. So I'm not sure what to expect with this guy. I would imagine this isn't that version exactly. I wonder if he's kind of a hodgepodge of various aspects of the Shredder. So I'm trying to open this guy here. Hopefully he's not going to fall out of his packaging here. Yeah, he's in one of those trays that has a top on it. So I'm wondering if if his accessories are not taped in there. So I'm going to play it safe and try to show him like this. Surely you're going to be able to see through his packaging there. So yeah, I'm going to pause this, take the plastic top off of this figure. Maybe he's wearing a top too. I don't know. And I will be back in the blink of an eye. All right. Saki is out of the packaging, and he looks a lot like the Playmates version to me, anyway. Well, he's got claws here on his wrist gauntlets. And then he's got, the regular Shredder cutting armor, the regular blades on his forearms, on his shoulders. He has, the usual blades down by his boots. I remember those very well. Hopefully he is wearing a top this time. I can't really tell. I know he's got some very well sculpted muscles there in his chest and his abs. And he's got his usual cape on there in the back. Nice plastic cape. Pretty good tight joints. I will say this guy looks a little on the lanky side. But I like the overall rendition of him. He's got a katana there in his right hand. Reminds me a lot of the Playmates katana that he came with. Although the point on this one's a bit different. And he's got his communicator there in his left hand. So this one might be a bit more cartoon inspired, 80s toon inspired, because he would always use that whenever he would yell at Krang, or Krang would yell at him. You know how they yelled at each other constantly. The helmet looks, just like Shredder's usual helmet looks. I remember the helmet on my old Playmates version being rather oversized for that version of Shredder. I don't think I really ever had him wearing his cape either. I want to say, like, when I got him on my 7th birthday, along with the Turtles, all 4 Turtles, and Splinter, and I think April, in the old vinyl carrying case, I took the cape right off. I don't know why. I wish I'd had him wearing the cape more. So yeah, my Shredder was just going around with no shirt, no cape, just the blades, but I liked him pretty well. I like this guy a lot, though. He definitely resembles the Playmate Shredder I had, but I like the additional claws on the ends of his gloves there. They remind me of the 2003 Shredder's claws. I used to have that guy. I might still have him somewhere. He had claws on one of his hands. I can't remember which. Maybe the right. But they've given this guy claws on both of his gauntlets. So that's pretty cool. I mean, he's he's Shredder. You know, you're not going to be able to mistake him for anybody else. You know, he's got the helmet, he's got the blades, he's got the cape, he's got the sword, he's got the communicator from the '80s tune, and he has this massive, well, according to the Big Bad Toy Store box contents, which I usually have to look up to see what some of this stuff is. I didn't get it from Big Bad, but it says it's a pronged weapon. It looks more like a trident to me. Maybe he stole it from Murdude or something. I like that weapon. It reminds me a little bit of Super Shredder's weapon in the old Playmates toy line. He had like a big, massive... well, it had more than 3 spiked prongs on the end. That thing had spikes everywhere. But that kind of reminds me of that weapon. A little bit. I mean, this is just your basic trident. I'm not sure what he's doing with this. Maybe he's gonna fork himself up some turtle soup with this. Pretty cool weapon, though. It's certainly something Shredder would use. Like I said, he probably stole it from Murdude or something. I don't know. Pretty cool weapon. He has an additional pair of open hands. So yeah, you can attach these open hands. I've kind of got him in a clawing position. I really like those claws that they added on the ends of his gauntlets. I don't think the Playmates version had these. I just remember the blades being on his forearms. It's been so long since I've taken a look at the original Playmates shirtless Shredder, though. He very well could have had claws. I don't think he did, though. I don't know. He might have. So anybody who still has one, let me know if he had the little claws on the ends of his gauntlets there. I just remember the blades on his forearms, his shoulders, his lower legs. I'm gonna guess a 9.5 out of 10. I like the look of him. I mean, he's definitely a Shredder. I feel like they kind of mixed and matched a lot of aspects of Shredder, though. Hopefully he's wearing a shirt this time. Although I really do have a huge soft spot in my heart for the old Playmate Shredder, because I mean that's how I first visualized Shredder, because of the action figure. That's how I was first able to tell what he looked like from the original that I got on my 7th birthday way back when, along with all 4 turtles and Splinter. I liked that version. I remember the Mutations Shredder. He actually had more, I would imagine, what the animated version was wearing. I think he probably had a top. I know he had the big cape in the back, and you know, you could change his look to where he just looked like Oroku Saki without his cutting armor and stuff like that. So yeah, I had more than one version of him, but I think, you know, when it comes to the look of Shredder, I think they kind of nailed it. I mean, you know, he's got the blades, he's got the cape, he's got the unmistakable helmet, he's got a sword, because I mean, you know, Shredder's got to wield a sword or katana, something like that. I like the additional pronged weapon, or the trident, though. I can see him wielding something like that too, because it's got pointy things on it, so of course he'd wield something like that. I think my favorite part of the figure is probably the claws at the ends of his gauntlets there. I think that's a really cool addition. I think the Power Rangers version of Shredder actually had claws on both hands. It's always fun when Shredder gets a bit more pointy things added to his armor. I always like that. So yeah, 9.5 out of 10, and I'll hear you guys next time.